Thoreau admin and staff are committed to focusing on a limited number of topics by identifying ones important to us and developing 3-year implementation plans. Project-based learning is one of the topics chosen for the first 3-year plan. Our goal over the 3 years was to have, during the first year, every teacher complete at least one aspect of a PBL as an individual or as part of a CLT. During the second year, every teacher would implement a PBL as part of a CLT. And during the third year, every teacher not new to Thoreau would implement at least one PBL with their CLT and one cross-curricular PBL. We developed a PBL committee to establish resources for staff and also to serve as liaisons to CLTs and to individual teachers. Part of the plan was to create an in-house website teachers could go to in addition to the database of PBLs the county had already created. During year 1, CLTs came up with one driving question per quarter for the second, third, and fourth quarters. Then each CLT selected one driving question to use in their curriculum. PBL 1 training was also started at Thoreau. Committee members attended a PBL cohort for middle school to see how other schools were implementing PBLs, as well as continue developing long-range plans for PBLs at Thoreau and how we could best support teachers. The committee also did a school-wide end-of-year presentation of what Thoreau had already accomplished with implementing our PBL goal and what was planned for year 2. CLTs also identified one driving question to implement as a full PBL for the 2017-18 school year, and gallery walks were held to offer compliments, have you thought ofs, differentiation ideas, and interdisciplinary connections as part of the end of year 1. CLTs also identified when their PBL would occur during the school year for 2017-18. Over the summer, the committee took the CLT's plans and created a school-wide calendar in the staff lounge. PBLs were added throughout the year so that the efforts were coordinated and students weren't overloaded with PBLs at the same time. Also over the summer, the Madison Pyramid principals met with Mayor DeRocco's leadership team to identify ways the schools could coordinate PBLs with Vienna's needs to provide real-world experiences. During year 2, PBL 1 training was offered several times at Thoreau and all staff members received training. Each CLT was given a half day during the school day to work together to plan their PBL, and PBL 2 training was offered at Thoreau for those staff members interested in deepening their knowledge. Several staff members participated in county cohorts focusing on PBLs. Also in year 2, CLTs began implementing at least one PBL and supported new teachers at Thoreau by helping them incorporate those PBLs. Some staff members expanded beyond one PBL and began cross-curricular PBLs. During year 2, CLTs adapted Vienna's PBL opportunities to meet the county curriculum and provide real-world problem-solving experiences to students. At the end of year 2, Thoreau hosted the first ever Madison Pyramid Share Fair focusing on the PBLs the town of Vienna offered. The mayor and some of her team attended and provided feedback to all those that presented. We decided to continue this experience moving forward as well. Over the summer, the committee refined our staff website and provided staff with more resources and also planned for how to assist new staff members coming to Thoreau in year 3. During year 3, we continued to offer PBL 1 and 2 training for new and returning staff members during the school day, as well as the committee did workshops during the second fall PD day, focusing on the basics of what a PBL is for new staff, while returning staff began planning their cross-curricular PBLs together. During year 3, CLTs implemented cross-curricular PBLs, and they refined their existing PBLs. Committee members attended county PBL leadership cohorts to strengthen their ideas and gain new ones. Other staff members were also invited to attend county cohorts for developing and strengthening PBLs. Some staff also began taking a new course offered through the county called PBL 3. During year 3, CLTs continued working with the town of Vienna to develop PBLs around the needs of the town in order to provide real-world problem-solving experiences for students. Moving forward, the CLTs and cross-curricular PBLs will continue to be a staple of the Thoreau culture. PBL 1 and 2 classes will continue for new and returning staff members in late fall for PBL 1 and early spring for PBL 2.
I like doing projects because it's a way to actually interact and get creative in your learning, and you get to research what you want to research.
Okay.
I feel like it makes it like a little easier to understand the concept like a little better if like you're actually doing it hands-on opposed to just reading some textbooks and then answering questions. It's easier to learn and you don't have to necessarily memorize things. You get to actually be more creative with it and you get to be more hands-on. Well, it's easier to learn that way because you apply the knowledge that you already have. So it's kind of like a test, but it's more interactive and more fun.
Tests are, you gotta have tests, but projects make it kind of more fun depending on it. But when there is a lot of projects from each class, like currently, it's not as fun, but it makes learning better because it's more hands-on, whereas other classes, like when you're just sitting there, it's not as interactive, and because I'm kind of more of a visual and hands-on learner. I don't know about other people, but it's just easier when you're more involved.